Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. It is now 3:36, 6:36, 5:36, 12:36. I love 369. I'm always attracted to it. And soon it will be 338, which will be 311, the initials of more. Sorry for not coming back on here. It'll be 337. Let me stop calculating numbers. I see what Albert. I may not be on the advanced level as Albert Einstein, but now I see what he went through with numbers. Like once you start, you see a pattern. You can't stop looking at that pattern. It's crazy. So on the East Coast, it is 3:37 now. On the East Coast, is 6:37. Which 3 plus 3 is 6, which the lowest element is 3, 3, 7. I love 369 and 37. That's powerful numbers right there. And it'll be 338 soon or 638. Anyway, so let's take care of this homework. We can chat all we want. Chat all we want. But there's homework amiss. Okay. This is a long thing. That's why I dragged it out. But it slapped right in my face. It must be done, no matter what the means. Anything means necessary. We're going to tackle it like Deion Sanders. Now my nose want to act up. I swear, the devil is love working. The devil's favorite song is "You Got Me Working, Working Day and Night. I'm so tired." Yeah. If I have problems with my nose majorly, I'm going to step out of the scene to the restroom. It's a normal thing. Allergies are messed with the heat index rising and falling, and the cotton. Oh, the cotton. The wind, like I work for the boss man. Let me go back to the question. It's been a minute. Say, who do you work for, wind? I work for the man that gives me air. You got air. You are made of air. Have you ever heard of the chemtrails? You know what? We think we got a hold on this earth. What if, we never thought about this. What if, oh, okay, sorry. The next one's gonna, what if the earth was controlling us? I mean, we already down through gravity. It wants us down here. It pulls us down, 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 down. You know what I mean? So what if, okay, sorry. That should have been. Somebody don't want me to get that out there. I mean, think about it. It pulls us down for a reason, for us to walk on this planet. Every planet wants whatever from an alien, which an alien is none other than somebody that we don't know, that isn't a human being like us. But whoever runs this planet, this earth, not what we can biochemically make happen, like wind, air, well, wind, the water. You know, you can make water. You can't make water yet. You can make water through steam, but you got the wind, water. You can make fire, and it's another one. You know what? I'll just go look at Avatar again. Wind, fire, water, air. Wind, fire, water, air. Okay, got them. So pretty much the earth, the way, let me read this first and get an answer right. Hold on, let me read the question. You know, we may think that this is, I'll probably get this wrong. Oh, I got it right. Good. My first right one. I thought long and hard. The earth wants something from us. The earth wants something from us. More than just it to die, get blown up because Russia and America are spying on each other. It's so hilarious, man. We do, if you, all you have to do is go in a good family, not ruin the family, but go to a good family of 10 people, big old house, and you see how they spy on each other, how they infiltrate and gather intelligence for the rest of their family to know. You got the one that talk a lot, you got the one that's quiet and don't say much, you got the one that's always not in nobody business, just stay to themselves but live a double life. It's so many characteristics to that. And if you just look at a family, you can learn how to gather intelligence. So you got Russia spying on America, going to hotel rooms, drilling holes in the same hole all the way in Russia. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is not what the world Gaia wants. I'm pretty sure, because I wouldn't want that. Empirical. It better be empirical, or else I'm gonna be steaming mad. Okay, it's empirical. Okay. Blank data is collected through observation. What? Data. Come on, keep reading, Kim. It's going to show. It's going to show. If it don't show, I'm gonna be so mad. Blank data. Go up. Go up. Empirical empirical data again? Okay. Is this it? We about to see. It's probably not. Low. It's right. Which of the following is not an example of an experiment? Selecting a call from a deck of cards is an experiment. Picking a team that won last year's World Series is not. Maybe. Picking a team that will win. Buying a computer based on repair history. Ah, shoot. I was right. Pick the team that won last year's World Series. That's crazy though, man. Earth is just sitting wait is a energy. It's an energy source. We sit on this energy source and yet we pollute the face of the world with cigarettes. Don't get me wrong, I have not thrown nothing out of the car in a decade almost. Nothing, no trash, no nothing. I probably spat, but that is as far as it goes. I have trash in my car now that I won't throw out unless it's going to a garbage can and going to the landfills. So if you think of a world like a person, you can say that the more Earth grows, we have pollution in the water, which is bacteria polluting our waters, just like we get polluted with viruses through the drinking water. Like whatever we do to Earth, it's going to do to us because we live on its planet. So when we pollute Earth, Earth therefore pollutes us with the water. We can have the cleanest water, but then you go to the plastic. The plastic is pollution. And so I don't know. Then you got the dirt. You got you got the garbage. The garbage. Now you can say up and down all day that drilling is bad, but that's just like drawing blood. Drawing blood from a huge blood center. You know, a butterfly needle can get you so many days worth of blood. A huge needle can get you so many hours of blood, but I'm talking about the garbage. The garbage, the dirtiness is condensed to one part, just like when you sweat, um, or you defecate or urinate, you have to wait until later. Some people, when they defecate or urinate, they take a shower right away every time they do it. That's crazy. But sometimes we take a shower twice a day. So all that defecation and all that urination causes bacteria to kind of sit there for a while. And then you take a shower and then it's And then if you work out, you have to take a third shower. It goes on and on and on. When you walk around from the time you take a shower, you are no longer a new car, you are a used car. You depreciate as the day goes on, if you think about it that way. How many outcomes of an experiment? Mm. Look up simple event. Single outcome. We need to figure out what Earth wants. You know, I'm not mad with China. China is smart. It is our adversary, but they're smart as crap. They done build their own sun. Sun. Like, I don't know what they're doing with all that energy. I mean, what's at the core, the nucleus of our world that keeps our Earth rotating properly and us gravitating without any weirdness happening? You know, Before we had major technology, which advanced aliens been here before us, but before we had major technology, when the Earth was just born, when Earth was just born, before anybody from advanced aliens to humans to people from other planets coming to seek what was on Earth, just like we have telescopes, they have telescopes. And before they even got there, even if they cruised around right when it was born and they said another planet was born, let's go to that piece of crap, you know, you have to think it had a nucleus. The sun is burning out. This is like our home. This is like our home. It builds green. It likes green for some reason. It likes green and brown trees and blue and white. There's some significance more than what people can even imagine behind green, brown, blue, and white. I don't even want to know what you get if you mix the fucking colors. The numerical value that measures the likelihood of a certain event. Where is it at? In a certain event. Oh my god, I'm just gonna go with probability. And that's the truth. It did not read like that. probability of randomly selecting a spade from a deck of cards. I don't know. I say 1.3, 0.33. Let me read it first. I don't want to get that wrong. Where is it at? It's not even on here. I'm supposed to guesstimate this crap? It was either between okay, you got that one. It was there. My first guess was that, but I was like, no, it has to be 0.33. I tracked to that so much and it was wrong. Three ways of assigning probability: empirical, classical, and subjective. Empirical, classical, subjective. Probability assigned by a person based on that person's judgment or experiences. Subjective. Got a long way to go. XYZ Corp has filled 100,000 purchase orders during its existence. 1,100 of the purchase orders had errors. Using an empirical probability, the probability that the next purchase order having an error of blank not a percentage. Three, round your answer to 3 decimal places. Okay, I'm gonna try it this way. No. Oh, to the right. I should have, I mean to the left. I should have known that. Look at it carefully. Come on. Now my pen want to conk out. Oh my God. Which of the following are examples of random experiments? These two. Probably not. Oh, I thought so. Probability of a customer purchasing popcorn at the movie theater is 0.3. What's the probability that a customer would not purchase popcorn? I'm just going to go with anything that equals 10. Discrete. That's not discrete. Simple. Compound. Let me read about this shit. Oh, there it is. Compound. Biggest day. A probability. Let's see. That can be deduced through logical reasoning before an experiment is performed. Is what kind of probability? Before an experiment is performed. Priori. So this is what kind? Classical. Subjective. I just guessed that one. Collected through observation. Empirical. Define A equal 1, 2, 3, 4. It's true. I don't want to say. I went with false the first time. This is an intersection, not the union. Okay. I want to go with the union or the intersection. Union. Did I say union? Yes. The blank approach to assigning probability is often used before we actually observe an experiment and often assumes each outcome is equally likely. Priori. Now it's a priori. Arch your ball and purple, the magic ball around. Classical. Do I got class? It's gonna beat me up if I do. I just read that. No, I wanted to go back. That should be 040. No, 41. What? Union. For any given event, the sum of the probability of that event and the probability of its blank must equal 1. Complement. Damn, hair tickling my chin chin. No set. No set. Exclusive. Where is exclusive at? I do not see. I see mutually exclusive. Show me. Okay, I got it right. About fucking time. trying my best to watch what I'm doing. Events are considered blank if the union of these events is the entire sample space. Let's see. Collectively exhaustive. Oh, I get it now. That's what I'm missing. Got you. I added instead of multiplying it. My calculation. There I go again. Mm. Oh, there it is. That's my fault. Probability, cumulative probability. Cumulative. I have that. Oh, I messed up cumulative. I get you on the next go round. Hold up. I don't have time. Oh, got that calculation just wrong. $46. Write that down. I messed that up for the second time. Greater than 5 count. Wow, all of them. Let me make sure I write this down. None of them that, not one. What? I guess I don't know my things. And I hated that. But I'm smart, so I get it now. Sometimes it takes you to not learn no more than three. Less than three. Okay, I got it. I want a Red Bull. It's too late for a Red Bull. That's 1,000. I remember I put 100. This is not going to be right. It was just to the values that occurred with repeated spends and a multiple choice of students who did not study. I got it right before. What was that? Symmetric. I kind of figured. I'm not going to write that down if you remember that. I kind of figured that one. Go with your gut instinct, come. Hmm. I don't know. I Why did I do that again? 46. That's what I need. Freaking Pepsi Cola. Oh, I forgot. I didn't see that. Least come. Least come. I said the next time I come around, I'll be ready for it. Huh. Go with your gut, man. You know what, Kim? Oh my God. Uh, this is wrong. I want to look at that really good. Oh, I was about to write the teacher. It's 1 minus P, no more than 3. 1 minus 4, which equals no less, no more than 3. Almost finished. Almost finished, girl. Stay strong. I missed one. One. Speaking of one, one minus P, no more than three. I remember this one. This is probably okay. Oh God, I don't remember. 332. I didn't write that down. I'm not gonna write it down. I want to remember it. And and give me that question again. 0.332. I knew you would. Let me see something real quick. Mhm. I just want to see how long it is. It's probably another 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 38, 29. I do it tomorrow. I did enough today, boss. Let's see. Um, wow, that was vigorous. 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. Let me take this crap off. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Oh, let me see something. I am going to go back online. I want to see something real quick. Oh man, I got off of Instagram. I did not mean to do that. If you're still watching me Instagram, follow me at the Kimberly Call Show. You know the deal. I am drained. I want to know my grade. Even though I know it's an A, I just want to know it's not easy keeping an A. Because some people don't even want to do this crap. Oh, yeah. What is this? Okay. Let me see something real quick. Okay. I can't even talk like him. I forgot the dude's name. He was like, oh, yeah. Come on. No fun, no fun, no fun, no fun, no fun. Okay. Check my grade real quick. Got two more for week 3. So the only thing I have to talk about the tutor with, did I erase it? No. For Monday, Oh, let me erase that. That could get erased this weekend. I was supposed to do all this weekend, but oh well. I wasn't doing nothing. This would have been a 4 hour show. So, discussion for week 4. I have a question about it. But I could just do what he say instead of taking and then discuss it with them. He said, let me go back. Hold on. If it allows me, then I'll do it. Where did he say go? Where did Teach say go? He said, LinkedIn Learning, Hypothesis Testing Basics. Hypothesis Testing Basics. Hypothesis is right here. Okay, we're going to watch this. How many? Give me a second before they start going. Pause. We're going to watch it together as a family. What's your name? Kunta. Kunta Kinte.
The project team generates theories on the potential causes or axes that impact Y. Brainstorming is used, and these theories are organized and displayed using a cause-effect or fishbone diagram. If you're not familiar with cause-effect diagrams, I recommend reviewing Six Sigma Fundamentals. Using the collective knowledge and experience of the project team, subject matter experts, and the various stakeholders, the most likely theories are selected from the cause-effect diagram. Then, the selected theories will be tested to determine the causes or key axes that impact Y. We use a data-driven method called hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is often referred to as the scientific method. A theory or hypothesis is proposed, and data is used to run a statistical test to prove or disprove that theory. Hypothesis testing is set up as a pair of statements, a null hypothesis and an alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis is no difference between groups. And the alternate hypothesis is there is a difference between groups. For example, are processing times different across different groups? Or does the proportion of defects differ across groups? To carry out hypothesis testing, sample data are collected and statistical tests are conducted. Hypothesis testing answers the question, is the observed difference due to random variation, or is it due to a true difference? Or are we observing a good process on a bad day at location A and a bad process on a good day at location B? You cannot be 100% sure unless you use the entire data set of the population. As long as sample data is used, there's always a possibility of drawing a wrong conclusion that there is a difference when there isn't one. In other words, rejecting the null hypothesis when in fact it is true. This is called a type 1 error. Of course, you want to limit the probability of a type 1 error to no more than some small percentage, such as 5%. This threshold or maximum probability is denoted by alpha. Alpha is your maximum risk threshold for a type 1 error. How high you preset alpha is based on your risk tolerance, application, and industry needs. Alpha equals 0.05 or 5% is the most commonly used. Alpha is also called the significance level. Before going any further, I want to introduce another term used in hypothesis testing. Wouldn't it be nice if things were done right the first time? You wouldn't have to inspect, redo, recheck, and face all kinds of delays, not to mention customer complaints. Getting things done right the first time is what Six Sigma is all about. Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Chua. Over the past 25 years, I've worked with Fortune 500 and multinational companies, training thousands of executives, managers, and project leaders at the green belt, black belt, and master black belt levels. My goal in this course is to give you the training to perform at the Six Sigma green belt level. We will cover measurement systems, graphs and charts, descriptive statistics, hypothesis testing, design of experiments, SPC charts, control plans, and much, much more. This green belt training builds on my Six Sigma fundamentals and introduction to mini tab called. At the beginning of the analyze phase, the project team generates theories on the potential causes or axes that impact Y. Brainstorming is used, and these theories are organized and displayed using a cause-effect or fishbone diagram. If you're not familiar with cause-effect diagrams, I recommend reviewing Six Sigma fundamentals. Using the collective knowledge and experience of the project team, subject matter experts, and the various stakeholders, the most likely theories are selected from the cause-effect diagram. Then, the selected theories will be tested to determine the causes or key axes that impact Y. We use a data-driven method called hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is often referred to as the scientific method. A theory or hypothesis is proposed, and data is used to run a statistical test to prove or disprove that theory.
Okay.
Hypothesis testing is set up as a pair of statements, a null hypothesis and an alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis is no difference between groups. And the alternate hypothesis is there is a difference between groups. For example, are processing times different? A null hypothesis and an alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis is no difference between groups.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all didn't have to go to the movie theater to see this. So you didn't pay like $18. Remember when it was so easy when they were teaching us statistics in elementary school? You know, you have your hypothesis and your experiment, and everything was so happy go lucky. Make sure you put that dye up, children. You know, the dye, the green, the blue, the purple, making a mountain of volcanoes and crack. It's not
And
like
the
that
alternate
no more.
hypothesis is there is a difference between groups. For example, are processing times different across different groups? Or does the proportion of defects differ across groups? To carry out hypothesis testing, sample data are collected and statistical tests are conducted. Hypothesis testing answers the question, is the observed difference due to random variation, or is it due to a true difference? Or are we observing a good process on a bad day at location A and a bad process on a good day at location B? You cannot be 100% sure unless you use the entire data set of the population. As long as sample data is used, there's always a possibility of drawing a wrong conclusion that there is a difference when there isn't one. In other words, rejecting the null hypothesis when in fact it is true. This is called a type 1 error. Of course, you want to limit the probability.
He said, what y'all? Rejection of the hypothesis when it's true. Okay.
Of a type 1 error to no more than some small percentage, such as 5%. This threshold or maximum probability is denoted by alpha. Alpha is your maximum risk threshold for a type 1 error. How high you preset alpha is based on your risk tolerance, application, and industry needs.
Let's go back.
Alpha is type 1 error to no more than some small percentage, such as 5%. This threshold or maximum probability is denoted by alpha.
Okay.
Alpha is your maximum risk threshold for a type 1 error. How high you preset alpha is based on your risk tolerance, application, and industry needs. Alpha equals 0.05 or 5% is the most commonly used. Alpha is also called the significance level. Before going any further, I want to introduce another term used in hypothesis testing. It is called the p-value. The p-value is the probability of obtaining a value for the test.
They didn't teach us this in elementary school. We probably would have went crazy. Come on. Stop playing with me.
Statistic that is as extreme or more extreme than what is observed, given that the null hypothesis is true. If the actual value of the statistic is too far from its expected value, then the p-value will be very low, indicating that the null hypothesis is unlikely. So compare the p-value to alpha, the maximum risk you're willing to take in wrongly rejecting the null hypothesis. If the statistical test returns a p-value that is less than or equal to alpha, reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value exceeds alpha,
Okay, that's important to write down, y'all. Let's do this, Richard.
then fail to reject the null hypothesis. To make it easy, remember this. When the p-value is low, the null must go. So,
if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. Let me hear that a little bit more.
earns a p-value that is less than or equal to alpha, reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value exceeds alpha, then fail to reject the null hypothesis. To make it easy, remember this. When the p value is low, the null must go. So, what about failing to reject the null hypothesis when it should be rejected? Failing to reject the null hypothesis when it is in fact false is called a type 2 error. The probability of a type 2 error is called beta. Here's a summary grid showing the 4 possible scenarios in hypothesis testing. The rows show the 2 possible decisions, and the columns show the 2 possible realities regarding the null, true and false. Let's look at the top right quadrant, where the decision is correct. We want this probability to be as high as possible. This is called power. The power of the test is the probability of rejecting the null hypothesis when the null hypothesis is in fact false. Power equals 1 minus beta. Typically, we want the power to be 90% or higher so that a correct decision can be made. Look at the lower left quadrant, where a correct decision is made, where we fail to reject the null hypothesis because the null is true. We want the probability of this correct decision to be as high as possible so that we can be confident in not rejecting the null hypothesis. This is called the confidence level. Confidence level equals 1 minus alpha. So if alpha is 5%, confidence level is 95%.
Okay.
So what? When we are correct in rejecting the null hypothesis, we want the probability to be 90% or higher. That's the power of the test. And when we are correct in not rejecting the null hypothesis, we want that probability to be as high as possible too, more than 95%. That is the confidence level. The purpose of statistical analysis is to answer questions of practical importance. For example, is the problem system-wide, or is it specific to certain locations? Is there a logical sequence to apply hypothesis testing in practical terms? Let's take a look at a framework for hypothesis testing. First, start with the practical theory to be tested and translate from practical terms into statistical terms. For example, we have 5 offices processing loan applications. The practical theory is that the problem of long processing times is unique to some office location. Second, state the statistical hypotheses, the null hypothesis H0 and the alternate hypothesis HA. In our example, the null hypothesis H0 is population means of processing times of offices are all equal, as seen here, where mu is the mean processing time. Alternate hypothesis HA, population means of processing times of offices are not all equal. At least one office has a different mean processing time, written as not all mu's are equal. Third, select the appropriate statistical test and set your alpha. Typically, alpha is set at 0.05. Then, run the actual test using software like Minitab. In this example, the appropriate test is ANOVA, Analysis of Variance. For the sake of this example, let's say the 2 key assumptions for ANOVA are satisfied. After running the ANOVA test, the resulting p-value is 0.0001. Fourth, draw the statistical conclusion. Either reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value does not exceed alpha, then reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value exceeds alpha, then fail to reject. In our example, the p-value is 0.0001, which is lower than alpha of 0.05. Therefore, the null must go. The conclusion is reject the null hypothesis. Therefore, the mean processing times are not all equal. Lastly, translate that conclusion into a practical conclusion. The practical theory is either proven or disproven based on whether the null hypothesis is rejected or not. In our example, the practical conclusion is long processing times are specific to office location. Office location is an X, or it is a factor in processing times. Office location has a significant impact on processing times. For a step-by-step analysis of this example, I recommend watching Introduction to Minitab. These 5 steps provide a framework for carrying out hypothesis testing. We'll use this framework for the rest of this chapter. Let's take a look at a framework for hypothesis testing. First, start with the practical theory to be tested and translate from practical terms into statistical terms. For example, we have 5 offices processing loan applications. The practical theory is that the problem of long processing times is unique to some office location. Second, state the statistical hypotheses, the null hypothesis H0 and the alternate hypothesis HA. In our example, the null hypothesis H0 is population means of processing times of offices are all equal, as seen here, where mu is the mean processing time. Alternate hypothesis HA, population means of processing times of offices are not all equal. At least one office has a different mean processing time, written as not all mu's are equal. Third, select the appropriate statistical test and set your alpha. Typically, alpha is set at 0.05. Then, run the actual test using software like Minitab. In this example, the appropriate test is ANOVA, analysis of variance. For the sake of this example, let's say the 2 key assumptions for ANOVA are satisfied. After running the ANOVA test, the resulting p-value is 0.0001. Fourth, draw the statistical conclusion. Either reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value does not exceed alpha, then reject the null hypothesis. If the p-value exceeds alpha, then fail to reject. In our example, the p-value is 0.0001, which is lower than alpha of 0.05. Therefore, the null must go. The conclusion is reject the null hypothesis. Therefore, the mean processing times are not all equal. Lastly, translate that conclusion into a practical conclusion. The practical theory is either proven or disproven based on whether the null hypothesis is rejected or not. In our example, the practical conclusion is long processing times are specific to office location. Office location is an X, or it is a factor in processing times. Office location has a significant impact on processing times. For a step-by-step analysis of this example, I recommend watching Introduction to Minitab. These 5 steps provide a framework for carrying out hypothesis testing. We'll use this framework for the rest of this chapter.
Hold up. Okay. A production manager can use hypothesis testing to test assumptions and theories. These assumptions are tested against evidence provided by actual observed production data. A statistical hypothesis is a statement. A statistical hypothesis is a statement about the value of a population parameter that we are interested in. The hypothesis testing is a process followed to arrive at the decision between two competing, mutually exclusive, collective, exhaustive statements about the parameter's value. I'm going to look that up in a second. An industrial seller of grass seeds packages its product in 50-pound bags. The production manager is responsible for ensuring the packages contain the amount of product they are supposed to. As part of the routine quality assurance, the production manager randomly samples a batch of 9 bags to determine if the bags of seeds are properly filled or not. Watch the hypothesis testing basics, which I did. Defining hypothesis. It wasn't her. I don't know why, but it was somebody else. In this week, learning activity before responding. Now look at the sample bags. These are all different. Now, what is the null hypothesis? What is the no difference? Alternative hypothesis, different. How does the critical value, what information is needed to test the hypothesis? Okay, okay. Let's do this. I'm going to close this out and reopen it because it keeps giving me lines. And I don't feel like trying to mess with it. Okay. So we got, okay, there we go. I'll listen to him while I'm doing this too. First, the null hypothesis is no difference. So we got um, and then I'm gonna ask my tutor about it because you know he knows more than me. Okay, let me get a pen real quick, y'all, because I gotta concentrate and type. Okay, looks a little crazy. I don't care. I'm not trying to look pretty right now. Okay, so you got 49.5. What is different? 45.6, 46.7, 47.7, 47.6, 48.8, 48.6. Where's the lower ones? 50.5, 50.2. So I got 45, one that's below 50, and that's below. Everyone else, everyone else. Sorry, I may not want to look cute, but I'm not stupid. So everyone else, you got let's see. Um the question again, Cal. What is your null hypothesis? It's the null hypothesis. The Let me let y'all see what I'm doing. The null hypothesis has, okay, do not fall on the ground. Similarity differences such as 50.5 and 50.2 having no difference, but these are only 2 out of 9 pound, 9 weighted pound, or 9 weighted bags. Okay, how I'm gonna do this? Okay, what now? There's a no, so there is no difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 9. Three bags. Let me put a scratch in there. 49.5. Hold on, you guys. I gotta read this. So I'm gonna do it as a whole. Oh man, they're not being filled properly. They're not. So this is a alternate hypothesis as a whole. But I'm gonna do it like I usually do it. I'm gonna write more than what I write. First, I'm gonna go with this. These three show they're below 50 pounds, and that makes it different. The same with 40. Somebody burning something. First, I thought it was me. I was like, what the hell am I burning? 0.6, 48.8, 48.6 pounds. It does not equal 50 pounds. And also one outlier that is even 45.6. Now, let me write the whole answer. Answer. As a whole, this whole seven out of 2 bags has been compromised and does not have 50 pounds of feed in them, while 2 bags are over the amount by 0.5% and 0.2%. 2, how you get 3? Uh-oh. I knew that was coming. Hold on, y'all. What did I do with my... Hold on. People are like, where'd you go? Oh, look. I might as well throw away my food. Wash my hands a little bit. Touching the food. Okay. Okay. Answer. The whole 7 out of 2 bags has been compromised and does not have the 50 pounds. I'll deal with that later. A feed in them, while 2 bags are over the amount by the point zero. Period. This makes the whole concept an alternative hypothesis, it's not equal to the amount whatsoever. And if you wanted to say how many is actually close to there, you can say 50.5 pounds, but it's still over and not at exactly 50 pounds. What's the next question? Now share a scenario. Oh, I forgot to throw you away. Now share a scenario. I'm gonna keep you because I'm gonna make a smoothie after this. Now share a scenario where you could use hypothesis testing in your industry or organization. Oh my God. Oh, I got it. How many minutes does the Kimberly Cloud show go live for when she does her homework online or edit? It has to be the same. 2 hours, 3 hours, up to 4 hours. Miss Cloud in her industry, depending on the class and the rate of endurance goes endurance goes live for roughly um, 2 hours minimum to up to 4 hours. Sometimes she has even went live for 6 hours online doing her homework. She does this so that she can edit videos on time. To get back to the point, she tests the curriculum of how much work is needed to contribute to the allotted time she has available. She finds free time on the weekends to catch up with what she is behind on. She stays ahead of the weeks. Now, what's the question? To and to test the hypothesis, you might say finance 571 and data. Damn it, it's data 565 has different curriculums. This class is more statistical and math driven with formulas, but was its finance was its beginning point. Stages. So there was more of a discussion, which takes an hour to an hour and a half to do. Now it takes up to 2 hours to study more of the material and write down what you have to say. So you have to plan ahead. So you have to plan ahead vigorously if you want to pass the class. And that means to vary the hours spent online giving presentations and doing your homework virtually. Last semester, she spent 6 hours online. This semester, she is breaking it up, doing everything she possibly can to not have longer episodes. This would be alternative because the times varies. No hypothesis. What did he say? What did he say? Rejection of the what? If the p-value is low, the no must go. I love that saying. I'm never going to remember that, but I love that saying. Oh, God, 3 hours. Let me move that. You can tell, never mind. That wasn't a funny thing. I just like the saying. I don't like the what happened at all. And that's on God. I just try to think of a funny thing to talk about when dealing with different things. I don't like what O.J. Simpson did at all. Johnny Cochran must have known this hypothesis. That's what I was going to say. The probability of obtaining a value for the test statistics. Type 1 error. Rejection of the hypothesis when it's true. What's the null hypothesis? There is no null error because there are differences, which makes it alternate. That my Kimberly's time she spent varies under how the curriculum goes for that 2 weeks or week. The critical value is the time spent. Let me look up critical value because I don't want to get that wrong. Trying to guesstimate what I'm saying. The critical value okay. So it's a type 1 error because it's not all the same. Yeah, look a hot mess right now, but my guessing game is to try to do my homework and not try to look like a runway model. Okay. Such a tomboy. I get it from the army. You get it from who? I get it from the army. Okay. That should be good. I hope I get 40 points for that. Or else I'm just going to pull off my wig, throw it, and bury it in the pet cemetery. And buy another one, of course, y'all. I can't go without a wig. They like my babies. They each have different meaning and different uh, humanistic uh, ways. And what I mean by that is a red wig can produce either love or hate. And it's like this wig, for instance, it produces professionalism. It doesn't look professional right now because I had to pin it back. It was irritating the crap out of me. I've been sitting here in this chair for like 4 hours almost. And yeah, after a while, you want to throw your hair back, whether it's your real hair or not. So we submitted it. I submitted week 4. Discussion is submitted week 4. And we're going to talk about week 5. We're going to write this down. I know I didn't tear it up. I need some more freaking paper. I'm running out. Here we go. Week 4 discussion with the tutor. Okay, cool. Week 3 discussion is submitted. Okay, great. Let me make sure I for week 3 because that's coming up. I don't want to just hit it and quit it and sit up there and hold on, write it and forget it. Okay, I got 2 replies on that. Okay. Whew. Okay. That's what I mean by hit it and quit it. What was y'all thinking about? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. Hair looks a hot mess right now. It's like, help me. So anyway, yeah, that was the end of that chapter. How long? 3 hours, 5 minutes. So we rolling here. They see me rolling. Today I saw the police officer. I was like, okay, what's going on? When I know something's going down. And it was. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah. So anyway, they ain't hating on me. I have nothing to hate on. They the one with the big bucks, the sort of big bucks, making 7,000 a month. That is some money right there, but it's still no money compared to what they should be making. And I'm gonna still advocate for them. All jokes aside. So either way it goes, I look a hot mess, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. A sister gotta go. It's already going on 7. I'll see y'all tomorrow. You take care, be safe. Thank you for watching. Don't laugh at my hair right now. It's a dark, dark day for me. Take care, y'all. All jokes aside, man. Take care. Mahalo. Bye. I gotta get off of Rumble twice.